going on, Jerome's? Happy Monday. Sun is shining, birds are chirping and stuff. Guess who's back? Back again. Daddy's back, tell a friend. So we're back from undisclosed location, just like a bunch of the Vikings. All right, so Darisaw, I'm guessing, went to Buffalo and Hawkinson, Saskatchewan. I need to find a new Regina. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. So Vikings off the bye week, and so are we. And take a look at the NFL action, sans Vikings. So Seahawks shoulda, coulda, woulda beat the Cowboys. Did not. Colts, whatever. The Chargers. I actually watched part of this game. This hurt my teeth. Like, you knew that the Chargers, when they got to 6, like, the game was over. It's so stupid, man. Like, the Belichick era is ending with a thud, certainly. The Lions almost blew a 21-point lead that they were gifted against the Saints, but whatever. The Jets lost again. It's rough, man. But the Falcons were basically just given a game there. Cardinals go on the road and put the bang thing on the Steelers. A game that was delayed several times. It's kind of weird weather-wise. The Dolphins go in and just schwack the Commanders. Like, the Dolphins are the Michael Jordan era Bulls when they play teams with losing records, and when they play teams with winning records, they're the Scottie Pippen era Bulls. So the Broncos lost, which they should have lost to the Vikings. It is what it is. But the Texans, C.J. Stroud, baby. C.J. Stroud getting things done, man. Buccaneers outlast the Panthers. The Panthers have been eliminated from playoff contention. The Browns, I mean, this thing was close until the fourth quarter, and then the Rams busted this mother open. Then the Niners just go in and lay waste to the Eagles. And, I mean, the Eagles, especially that defense, man, like we said, this is a flawed team. This is not the same Eagles team as last season. And the Niners look tough, man. But it's almost like the Vikings beat the Niners a couple weeks ago. It's weird, man. And then the Packers and the Chiefs. This may have been the worst officiated game of the week, and that's certainly saying something, man. And also including the college games, which we'll get to. I mean, officiating not only is bad, but they blow obvious calls, including calls that go under review. And it's just like, whatever. And they're just blatantly unapologetic about it. Like, they do not follow their own rule book. And that's what's frustrating, man. Plus, so it was weird. Like, I was really banking on the league and Patrick Mahomes getting some calls, but you're not going to get a call in Lambeau. It's just so stupid, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, the Packers grabbed their way all the way to victory, so congratulations, man. Congratulations also to the 4 teams in the playoff. Michigan is going to take on Alabama, Washington, and Texas. Now, the big kerfuffle was Florida State getting left out at 13-0, the first undefeated Power 5 team to be left out of the playoffs since its inception. This is the final year that's 4 teams. Is going to be expanding. But, I mean, Florida State, part of this, it's a balancing act between rewarding every single game. Like, the regular season does matter. But also, who's playing the best right now? And injuries do have to factor in because, I mean, Florida State without Jordan Travis is not good offensively. That defense is damn legit, but, I mean, congratulations for squeaking by Louisville. I mean, good job. And, part of this is, so yes, TCU did beat Michigan last year, but then Georgia splatted TCU 65-7. And the final year of 4 teams in the playoff, the committee wants to avoid that. And Florida State right now, again, the defense is legit. Jared Verse is probably going to be a top 10 pick at least. But if you put them in against Michigan, Michigan probably wins by 20. And I don't know if Florida State scores or, they put up 3 points. I mean, this is going to be like a 26-3 type game. I don't think that is going to happen. Plus, Alabama, yes, they started out slow. Yes, Jalen Monroe was very poop early on. Yes, they did lose to Texas in Tuscaloosa. But you'd be hard-pressed to say that Alabama isn't one of the 4 best teams in the country right now. And ultimately, isn't that what matters? And you could say, well, Florida State got left out. What about Liberty? And you could say also Washington. I mean, Washington has been getting by the skin of their teeth. Like, they're making the 2022 Vikings look like an absolute juggernaut just by winning these close games. But Washington. UW is getting it done. Love Penix. Love everything. Quinn Ewers is back with Texas. And I actually think that, well, you saw it. Like Michigan, yes, is 13-0. Yes, they beat Ohio State. Yes, I have to respect that. But this Michigan team can get got. And I wouldn't be shocked at all if Bama in Pasadena beats Michigan. And I think that Texas will handle Washington. And I think it'll be Bama and Texas in the national title game. Again, getting it on for the second time. Bama out for revenge. And I'm not going to bet against Nick Saban, man. I mean, this team is playing extremely well right now. And, yeah, you could say, well, Bama needed a miracle play to beat Auburn. Yes, it's fair. It's fair, man. But Alabama beat Georgia in the game that really mattered, and Georgia was the consensus #1 at the time. So what can you do at that point? And Florida State, again, they have every right to be pissed. Take it out on Georgia. Georgia may not be motivated. Also, this is the weakest Georgia team in the last 4 years. So, hey, Florida State, if you want to prove that you belonged in the playoff, I mean, beat Georgia by 30. If not, whatever. Either way, it's going to be really damn good. It's going to be a couple of good games, man. Also, some of that wasn't a good game, especially officiating-wise. But Iowa just no call, no show. They put up a goose egg D'Angelo Russell against Michigan in the Big Ten title game. And apparently, Chris Hassel pointed this out, a place in Iowa is offering free beer from kickoff until Iowa scores. So X-Golf Cedar Rapids, Pour Until Iowa Scores is back tomorrow night. Book a 7 p.m. bay time and receive free draft beer at no charge until Iowa scores. The game ends or your bay time ends. The game ends or your bay time ends. See staff for details. So it's basically like a knockoff Top Golf. So you book your bay, and then I assume they got TVs and stuff all over the place, which actually sounds pretty awesome, man. And then you get free beer, again, until Iowa scores or your bay time ends. Now, devil's in the details there. So, bay time is an hour, is it 2 hours, is it whatever. But, it's a good way to drum up business. And, it's draft keg beer, probably domestic. I mean, it's no really skin off X-Golf Cedar Rapids nose. I mean, they're fine, man. Plus, it's good publicity. They get their name out there. It's cool. Also cool is they see Kirk rolling. They hating. So Kirk was on vacation. We did a video of him crawling to the ocean like he was on Quaaludes in The Wolf of Wall Street. But he's rolling in a Rascal now. And it's pretty awesome, man. He's rolling. He's eating chips. He's just living like a normal dude. Stuff and like dress him a little bit more shabbily, and he'd be any dude at Walmart on a Rascal, eating snacks in store. Let's go, man. The opposite of let's go. So Aaron Rodgers, he says like, oh, I'm coming back. Oh, I'm less than 3 months removed from a torn Achilles. Oh, all of this medicine, blah 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 blah. But rap sheet, go. It was a triumphant week for Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the level that the media just completely bows down to Rodgers and or whoever's at quarterback for the Packers, it's just stupid, man. But Rodgers returned to practice just 11 weeks after Achilles surgery, unprecedented. Yet it's still appearing unlikely that he'll play in a game during the 2023 season. Blah 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 blah. Because basically the Jets suck. Jets are essentially out of playoff contention for all intents and purposes, and the whole thing is Rodgers just loves the attention. He does, and this is coming from someone who also loves attention. So, calling a spade here, calling the kettle black. Where Rodgers, Rodgers doesn't have to be on the sideline. Rodgers doesn't have to get every single camera shot every single time the Jets quarterback messes up, and he doesn't have to walk into the locker room like the red carpet walk like the rest of the players. Doesn't have to do that, and I don't think Rodgers had any intention of returning, and I think medically, him having a setback now would impact his 2024 season. So I don't think that there's any chance that he or the team would want to risk it. Especially, I mean, even if the Jets were quasi in contention, I still don't think that he would do it because the first single drop back, all of a sudden, and what are the chances of that? Relatively high at this stage in the game. But Rodgers, he's returned to practice. He doesn't really have to do much. But he can say is that, well, you know what? I could have returned. It was a miracle, and I'm not going to risk it because the Jets are out of contention right now. But we'll run it back next year. That's exactly his thing. It's a complete free roll for him. That's what he's doing, man. It's ridiculous. Also ridiculous. So, yes, Jordan Love has been allegedly not so garbage the last couple games. The Packers, whatever, have won a couple of games in a row. And Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football's graphics and also Monday Night Football's graphics are just on one. You got some stoner in a basement with Photoshop and a couple ideas. That's what happens, man. But yeah, they did the Love Actually. Do you get it? Because it's Christmas time. Jordan Love Actually. So stupid. I mean, this is what it should say. I mean, you just wait. Like, it's really hard to watch like normal original programming, like sports shows, like Skip Bayless or Cowherd or whatever. But they're going to be just completely unwatchable. They're unwatchable as it is. But this week, I mean, all the talk is Jordan Love. Is he the next superstar? Should Jordan Love be in the MVP conversation? That's what it's going to come down to. It's ridiculous, man. Also ridiculous. So Josh Dobbs has been ridiculously good and ridiculously bad over the last 4 weeks. But as the Vikings come out of the bye, the question mark is open and the door is open, like who's going to start a quarterback. Vikings fan page compiled this. The early sense is that Josh Dobbs will start at quarterback for the Vikings in Week 14's matchup against the Raiders, per Diana Rossini of The Athletic. So I'm of two minds here. Like, I would understand if they started Mullins. I mean, Mullins could take care of the football, even though Mullins has a 24-23 touchdown interception ratio for his career. Jaron Hall would make sense because he does take care of the football. He's got a strong arm. He looked really good against the Falcons. Also has some ability, and he was drafted by this regime. But also, he's a rookie. Fully understand that. But with Dobbs, we've seen the highs, but there's a lot of lows there. And I think that if Dobbs does start, maybe O'Connell wants to rein him in a little bit. Maybe that's why the game plan was so vanilla. But JJ being in the mix certainly does change the calculus. But if Dobbs does continue to just turf the ball or give it to the other team, I think it's going to be a short hook. Yeah. We'll see what happens this week. There's not going to be any clarity until first day of practice on Wednesday. Like, who gets the reps? We'll see. Also, we'll see. So we got family Christmas on the wife's side this weekend. It's always a big annual to do. It's always a good time, and everyone goes hard in the paint food wise. But so I saw that it popped up on the old Facebook. And do you ever just see something where it's just like, damn, that looks good, but that is definitely going to like wreck my internal plumbing? Like this is a stomach ache waiting to happen, but it looks so good, man. It looks. I mean, so it's like an elote dip. So, like the Mexican corn with the corn, but like the cheese. And if you want to make it authentic, slather on some of that mayonnaise in there. And also that was it tagine like seasoning. It's great, man. It's going to be great. But get the Rotel, get the cream cheese, get the cheddar in there. Because holidays are tough for Asians because everything is dairy. Literally. Like around the holidays, like everything, just think about it. Like, eggnog, dairy, all the dips, dairy, cookies. I mean, the good ones have dairy in them. Yes. So it's tough. It's hard out there for a pimp. But yeah, making this is going to be good. And also, all right, so this has nothing to do with football. But so during the bye week, so I listen to a lot of books. And for whatever reason, I've been in a basketball groove lately. A lot of NBA books, a lot of college basketball books. Sort of like a college basketball history nerd. But I'm listening to the John Wooden biography right now, and so he was a Midwestern dude. Started at Purdue, coached at Indiana State, go Sycamores before Larry Bird, far before Larry Bird. But so John Wooden was making a change, right? And he was interviewing with the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers, right? And the Gophers were all set to hire Wooden, but Wooden was also interested in UCLA, even though UCLA was garbage at the time. And what happened is there was a freak snowstorm that knocked out the telephone lines, and the AD for the Gophers, they couldn't get through to Wooden to offer him the job, which he would have taken since him and his wife were Midwesterners. They wanted to stay in the Midwest. He wanted to coach in the Big Ten, all that stuff, right? And also, I mean, Wooden at UCLA is known for the big men, Walton and Swin Nader, and of course Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Lou Alcindor, and that wasn't his game. At the start, like John Wooden was a fast breaking, like he was Mike D'Antoni before Mike D'Antoni. Like he was a fast breaking, high pressing son of a gun. It would have been great for the Gophers. and all the talent that came through there. But either way, Snowstorm didn't come through. UCLA got through. They offered him the job. John Wooden, man of his word, man of honor. After the Gophers got through, even though he wanted the Gophers job, he gave UCLA his word, and the rest is history. 10 national titles, 7 in a row. No big deal. But what's great about this, too, is 1948 was the year that he went to UCLA. If he would have taken the Gophers job, there was a certain senior guard for the 48-49 season named Harry Peter Bud Grant, who would have thrived in John Wooden's fast break offense. But we will never know. We will never know what happened. But so Wooden was sort of what was above average until like Al Snoor came in and a bunch of great recruiting classes. Could he have recruited guys like that to Minnesota? Probably not. But what could have been? What could have been, man? Again, Minnesota sports curse strikes it. I don't know what we accomplished there, but whatever. We're off the bye week, and we'll try to get better. Anyways, that's it. Monday, Vikings and life, other random stuff, elote dip, news dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.